first, this is our reminder. And maybe you don't need to hear it, but there's a good chance that some level of your being will go, I need to hear it. Here we go. Notice that when you and when you are all filled up, when your inner energy basket is full, when you're aligned and you feel on, and when your own inner energy reserves are filled up. Think about it, a day or a time when you're like, oh, I know all about that. Remind your awesome brain that sometimes is the committee that goes, I don't, is this really important that we do self-love? Isn't that a little bit selfish? And I want you to, all of us to remind it like, hey, when I'm all filled up, obviously, I am so much better out in the world. Think about how you are with your humans. Think about how you are even with strangers. Think about how you are with people who are challenging. Think of the difference in how you are out into the world and how I am out in the world when our inner energy reserves are filled up. Now, that's kind of like, yeah, duh. Of course, we're better. We're better to everybody. I'm literally more, I have access to higher levels of intelligence. I'm more creative. I'm stronger. I'm able to be more compassionate and present with people if they're hurting. I'm able to be, we are just better out in the world when we are aligned and full up. Now we already know that. That's not like a shocker to anybody. But now listen to the next piece. It's just as important, you guys. As we practice self-love, as we practice us being kind to us, and sometimes me being kind to me is just gentleness and letting me off the hook. And sometimes me being kind to me is like, hey, sweetheart, get on this. This is really important. Go get her done. So there's not like an easy black and white thing. If you're the person that is always running yourself ragged, then there is a very good chance that the kind, self-loving thing really is going to be for you to just relax for a day or a month. Don't freak out. And there's a very good chance if you happen to kind of be like, whatever, I do what I want when I want, and I've just been laying on the couch eating bonbons and, crate loads of ice cream for, a long time, then there's a very good chance that the kind thing is going to be like, come on, you got this. Get up, let's do this. So here's what I want to say to you. The more we practice self-love, the more we fill ourselves up. The more we practice self-love, the more we fill ourselves up. And listen, the more we flog ourselves, the more we allow or don't change negative self-talk that might just be the internal brain habit. The more we allow self-criticism to be a constant. Now, I'm not talking about critique. I'm not talking about that at all. There are things that I absolutely need to look at and I need to go, not need. If I love me, I'm going to go, that one is a weirdness that I want to hold on to. And there are other things that I'm going to go, yeah, that was on me. I want to apologize for it, or I want to change it. I want to work on that. So I'm not talking about critique. I'm talking about self-criticism. We all know what it is. Because when somebody else messes up out there and we love on them, very often those aren't the words that we say to us, but it can be when we go, oh, that's one of the pieces of self-love. There's so many pieces and we'll go over a gazillion of them every month, piece by piece by piece. And go find your own too. Like, oh, this is a self-loving piece. This is a self-loving piece. But so listen, when I love on me, really, when I practice self-love, I fill myself up. I'm going to have more energy reserves. And then I'm better out in the world. And the less I practice self-love. The more I stay with self-criticism and harsh judgment and running myself ragged and not listening to that, what my soul and my heart and my body and my mind and emotions and soul need, the less I do that, the less filled up I am. You guys, that's when we're drained. That's when we run on fumes. Ooh, I feel that. I feel my little goosebumps. Feel that. And I think it's important because sometimes that zips past us without our awareness. When we are self-critical and harsh and not finding value and preciousness in our souls, that's a thing that contributes to us feeling so drained. And when I am drained and empty, I am not nearly as good in the world. And we know that. That is such good news, because when your brain this week goes, I don't know, is it really important that we spend some time on self-love phrases or self-love actions? Yes, it's really, really important. Even for the very unselfish reason of, if I want to be a bigger light in the world. But the secret goes, when we remember that it's a good enough reason just for us to go, oh my gosh, it just feels good. It might feel awkward, because when something's not familiar, it feels awkward. But it'll start to fill you up. And let that be evidence that if it feels good, if you go, oh, I feel a little lighter, a little stronger, or a little more hopeful, or a little more playful, or a little more courageous, or a little more lightness of being, or I feel that whiff of aliveness and hope. Know that that feeling means something good is going on.